O'Reilly.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Emergency podcast. Training camp ain't even started. No. Oh, we out here, bro. It's time. It's time already. Oh, this team. Let's talk about it. Training camp hasn't started. News comes out today. I believe maybe Ian Rappaport was the first person that reported it. I don't know. Yeah. I saw it and I just started laughing. Like it don't even faze me no more, man. Mike Thomas, injuries, the ankle that bothered him all season last season. And it was just crazy because I know Adam Schefter tweeted after the playoff game. I know he tweeted that, all his injuries and everything he went through at the end of January and he's going to have surgery. Well, it looks like Mike Thomas didn't have surgery until last month and is still recovering from his ankle surgery and is going to miss, according to Larry Holder of The Athletic, at least 5 games of this upcoming season. 5.
And when you think about it, he barely played last year. You could basically say he didn't play last season.
Yes.
So that's basically a season and a half plus training camp that he's just going to be missing. So even when he's back after 5 weeks, he won't be back. He probably won't be back the whole season. You know what I'm saying? So, man, and for this wide receiver group, this one.
So I don't know where you want to start first. I know where I'm going to start first is, okay, so the Saints knew this, right? So let's just be real. Because I saw some reactions on Twitter, and again, we give you the unbiased fan opinion. Part of me understood where initially there was some frustration because fans were like, well, if he know he needed surgery in January, why the fuck did he wait until, June to get the surgery? And at the end of the day, I thought about it, athletes, and we'll give out this into another topic on this podcast. I understand if you don't want someone operating on you and cutting into you. I get that, right? Yeah. So he maybe was told, listen, you can try to rehab it. Don't try to do the surgery. Because as an athlete, all athletes hate getting surgery. Hate it if they can avoid it. Yes. So I kind of took that. I was like, you know what? I get it, right? That's a very old Saints Adam fan of thinking is why didn't you just fucking get the surgery early, bro? You needed it. But I thought about it, and shout out to my girl. My girl was making some interesting points. She was like, he probably thought he was told that he could rehab it. And, what athlete wants to go under the knife? Nobody does.
No, it happens all the time, especially
all the time.
With ankles and shit like that. It's if nothing's broken, it's look, they're going to get 2 or 3 opinions. Maybe one doctor's look, if you stay off it, rehab it, wear a boot, it's that, in a couple of months, you might not even need surgery. If at a certain point, come May or June, if it's not to this point, then you get your surgery. So from Mike Thomas' perspective, it's okay, if I don't have to go under the knife, why chance it? You know what I'm saying? But it would have been nice if he waited till March, you know what I'm saying, and then was able to see and then get it done and then okay, come training camp, at least you'll be ready by the season, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that this cutting into the season and training camp, You trying to learn a new quarterback and all that stuff. Just sucks, man. Like you understand, like it's crazy because Mike Thomas is coming off like a Hall of Fame type season.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like broke Marvin Harrison record, was looking like literally looking like a Hall of Fame type. I mean, obviously it's early, but like I remember thinking, like, damn, are we witnessing like the start of a Hall of Fame career right here? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the 2019 season. And since then, man, it's been injuries, fighting with CJ, fighting with the coaches, trade rumors. It's like, damn, boy, life come at you fast.
Ah, bro! You know what they said, bro? It was all good. It was all good just a week ago.
All good, man.
Just a week ago. But let's talk about who I believe, right? So as the Saints, you knew he potentially needed surgery, and you knew that I'm pretty sure he did. Like, I don't know the insight, but obviously he probably informed someone like, "Hey, I'm just going to try to rehab it." So you knew all this going in to the offseason, and yet they still chose to ignore adding weapons to the offense.
It's unbelievable.
Come on, man. Like,
it's unbelievable.
That is negligence.
That's poor. That's poor team building, bro. And I know they are cash strapped with the cap and all that stuff.
But that's why they got the draft, Ryan. Like,
that's what you got the draft for,
bro.
And you're talking about a team that's not like Green Bay where they just sit back. This is a team that is willing to trade future picks to go get who they want in that draft that was deep with wide receivers. It's like
negligence, bro.
Is it hubris? I mean, what is it?
What's the vision? What's the vision?
I
don't know, bro. Like, that to me, if you're a fan, if you're listening to this podcast, like, don't be blaming Mike, right? I get it, but he's not the one to blame. Like, a lot of the, like, if you want to do like, what is it, like a blame pie or whatever, he ain't the one. Like, yeah, could he have tried to get it earlier? Should he have tried to get it earlier? Us, as fans, like, that's not our call to make, because at the end of the day, that's not our body, right? Like, it's easy for us to sit back behind a microphone, a couch, and Monday morning quarterback it. At the end of the day, that's his body. And I just finished watching that Dr. Death miniseries on Peacock, bro.
What?
So and plus, like, we're talking about athletes who are so rigid about their bodies and what they put in their bodies. That's a conversation we're going to have later. So I don't blame him as a fan for putting it off if he thought that he could rehab it if it was going to get better. He could avoid the surgery. But just like the lack of foresight and planning that the Saints had or didn't have, like, I don't understand it. Like, it is wild to me. Like, it's wild. So now you have a wide receiver depth chart that's going to – your number one wide receiver is going to be Tre'Quan Smith, who has yet to play a full season healthy in the NFL. Marquez Callaway, Deontay Harris, who we know he has injury issues, concerns with his neck, Joanna Jameson, Joanna Man, Juwan. Oh, he's a tight end now. So he's like
a tight end, yeah. He's switching tight end.
This is undoubtedly, without Michael Thomas, and it was top three with him, the worst wide receiver group in the NFL, bro.
That's sad, man.
Us.
The Jets. Think about the Jets.
The Jets, bro.
Group than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, man. And then you go in there with a new quarterback, Jameis Winston. You know,
the man couldn't succeed with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, right?
Godwin and oh man,
O.J. Howard and Adam Humphries, but you want this man to go succeed with? Okay. It's it's frustrating, not because at the end of the day, like, I care. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what's going on in the front office. I don't know what's going on in these decisions, but we've been on this for like 2+ years of like, man, this offense is really kind of heavily dependent on Mike Thomas and Alvin Kamara. Like, ooh, maybe some other weapons. Like, this is not something new. So I guess when we've been harping on a point and then it's kind of like you reap what you sow, right? Like, we've been on this for so long and now it's like, well, of course, now we're here.
What's funny is like that they watched the offense last season and didn't come away like, man, we need to retool. We need to tool up. I mean, do y'all remember how frustrating it was watching the Saints offense last year? And yes, I know it was with the age of Drew Brees. I get it. Like, I understand. It was with the age of Drew Brees, with limited arm strength and stuff like that. But man, just overall, I mean, we were like, Marcus Kelly was the number one wide receiver one game. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, the team was obviously in need.
If anyone wants a reminder, just go back and watch that Chiefs game, bro.
Oh, just so frustrating, bro.
Go back and watch that Chiefs game, bro.
Defense just playing with everything they can, man. Just trying everything to stop a superhero at quarterback. And the offense is just like, ew, ew, ew. Pew, pew.
Bro,
I'll never Scarlet Witch. I remember I was watching Endgame the other day. It was on TV, and like with Scarlet Witch and Hawkeye on Valdemar, whatever the planet's name, and you know, you go get the Soul Stone or whatever.
Oh, you talking about Black Widow and Hawkeye?
Yeah, Black Widow and Hawkeye. I'm sorry, it's Scarlet Witch. And they're on the planet and they see Red Skull.
Yes.
And Black Widow pulls out her little Glock. I'm like, bitch, you on a planet looking at a floating skull and you pull out that dumbass Glock.
You remember when when the Endgame trailer came out and they had like the clip of Black Widow like shooting, they like Twitter roasted that.
Like, it's the Endgame. You gonna shoot at Thanos? Come on, man. But that's how the Saints offense was. It was just
that's what it was, bro. Like that. I think it was a third down sometime in the game, and Drew Brees is throwing a 50-50 ball to Juwan Johnson, bro. Like, I'll never forget it. Just being,
it was so sad. It was
just disgusting, bro.
Like, this is some sad shit right here. But and after all of that, they came as offense and said, "Yeah, we good at wide receiver. We're good to go." Even knowing that Mike Thomas, like, they know Mike Thomas didn't have surgery in January. They know
that's the most frustrating part, right?
It's like, what? And the thing is, I can tell you, it's stuck in my head since I saw it when they asked Sean Payton about it during little OTA interviews. They're like, hey, how's Mike Thomas?
You talked about it on the pod, bro. You brought it up 2 or 3 times.
And it's just vibe was just weird, man. He was like, hey, as far as I know, he's doing all right. Everything's on schedule. That, it was just like pure coach speak.
Coach speak.
Let me go to the default things to say without even thinking about it. I was like, ooh, that's weird. And the fact that we didn't even see Mike, I don't even remember the last time I saw Mike Thomas, to be honest. I ain't seen him speak to the media since probably last training camp. Shit. Like, I really hadn't seen him. So it's like the dude is being hidden away. It's like, it's just weird, man. Like, it's so weird. And I don't know, bro. Like,
I mean, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer, but is he on the team next season?
I mean, you're talking about, like, he's probably one of the 2 or 3 highest paid players on the team that probably won't have played in a year and a half. And, let's say he comes back this year and say he's a shell of himself, which is understandable. Like, say he just takes a long time to get back into his groove. I mean, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I can't make that prediction of whether he's gonna be on the team or not. I don't know. I have to look at salary and guarantees and all that shit. You know how the Saints are, but then who will trade for him? Like, not saying he's not tradable, but it's like we just got to see. We got to see what he shows, man. After this 2 months, 4 months. It's gonna be about 4 months. That's the next time we're gonna see him, bro.
Yeah, because
that's crazy.
Because it's July. Yeah, they say he's gonna miss 5 games. Season starts in September.
Yeah.
So like maybe he plays in like mid-October. They're saying
mid-October, yeah.
I don't know if the target date may be after the Saints bye, which I believe is like week 6. I don't know. Or week 7. I don't know.
And then I just think about how he plays, man. Like he's like some people are like, oh well, he's not a burner anyway. But I'm like, yeah, but he depends on them ankles, man. Like those
yes. Oh, absolutely.
And those, stutter steps and all that shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's your ankles. Like, he's an ankle breaker and his ankle broke. So it's like I don't know, man. I don't know. But it sucks. I feel bad for Saints fans, man, because it's like this offseason just has not been good, man. Like, it hadn't gotten better. Like, from where you started in the offseason to where you are now,
it's gotten worse.
It's gotten worse. The team has gotten worse. When every other team, well, quote unquote, what you would hope for is every other team is trying to get better in the offseason, and the Saints have literally gotten worse.
Worse. Across the board. Shout out to my dude Joey Quagg. I play Call of Duty with this dude. Good guy. We were playing earlier today. And one of the first things he said was like, we need to come up with like a Saints Twitter shirt. When artists go on concert, like when groups or artists go on concert and it has like all like the tour dates and just have like all the dates of all like the shit that's happened for the Saints, bro. Just in the just on the back of the shirt, bro.
That'd be a long ass list.
Oh, bro.
Bounty Gate, March 2nd, 2012.
Yeah, bro, that's a shirt right there.
That's a shirt right
there. That's a not like the long nightgowns.
Bro, it's always some shit with this team, man. Like, this shit just never normal. It's like
let's think about it, right? We had an episode last week what we was talking about. David Onyemata suspended for 6 games, bro.
Oh, and don't worry, because like probably next week or the next 2 weeks, old Lattimore, that little, we gonna find out about that.
You know what's coming. Here's the thing that upsets me, bro. Why couldn't these niggas be this dysfunctional, this bad, this amount of bad luck, whatever you want to call it? Why couldn't they do this last season with like a Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson?
Right.
No.
Right.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it in a draft that, for maybe all intents and purposes, it doesn't seem like there's like a blue chip quarterback prospect.
Yeah. It's so annoying, man. So you can't even take. It's like, who you gonna take from?
Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma.
Who's the big quarterback this year? North Carolina kid or something like that?
There's buzz about the Liberty quarterback. Ryan Liberty. Oh. Malik. I don't know. I tweeted it earlier today, man. I said it's hashtag draft season, and it's just. I tweeted August, but it's July, bro. It's already draft season.
I know, man.
And this is the year I told myself I wasn't going to be watching these prospects. Pick the wrong year for it, bro. Pick the wrong year for it. Can I just the fact that he's a listener of the show, a supporter. Shout out to our dude Rob. He tweeted today that Sean Payton blocked him, and this man never even added Sean Payton.
bro, that shit fucked me up. Because so you telling me Sean Payton literally sitting there with a
Twitter
search
fingers.
bot? He got a
Twitter
search
fingers,
bot.
bro.
I can already see it, man. Hey, Greg Benzo, set me up a search bot. Let's see what they're tweeting about me. Rob was lighting his ass up.
And some of it was lightened up, but some of it was just like simple, like things about like kind of like asking him. Didn't add him nothing like that. Like why Sean didn't go up for like Mahomes? Blah, blah, blah. Questions we want to know the answers to. Blocked. Man. That was wild to see that. Like that. That was a little wild, bro.
You know, you just wonder about this team. Like, man, like I know that 2017 draft was a fool, but man, like, are they good at building a team?
Right.
You know, or did they luck into this, this roster? You know, I mean, I get it. No, they didn't win any Super Bowls last couple of years, but you know, they damn sure wasted them. Damn sure. Is this team really good at building a team? I don't know, man. I don't know.
They gotta show it to us. They gotta show it. I gotta talk about this topic. We tried to do a shorter show, but I did not know that there were so many dumb athletes in the NFL, right? To put that in context, so the NFL came out, said, it's reported by Tom Pelissero, who I have blocked because he carries the water for the NFL, like too much for my life. I can't deal with it. But basically, NFL said, listen, if there's an outbreak on the team with unvaccinated players causing an outbreak where we may have to reschedule a game like we did last season, if we can't reschedule that game, y'all niggas forfeit. Boom. L. Loss. In the column. Move on. Period. Like, which kind of fucking makes sense. Like, it really does. And a lot of it happened, you know, I've been so inundated with my work and just on the grind all this month. So I didn't even really get to see all the dumbness, but I just saw like just little bits and pieces. And I'm just like, oh God. And I get it. Athletes treat their bodies as a temple. It is their meal ticket, it is their profession. They are highly crucial about what they put in their bodies. But like, come on, bruh. Like, it's just been so frustrating to see so much ignorance, because that's how I view it. I just view it as ignorance.
And it is ignorance, because I'll respect somebody and say, "Hey, look, this is why I'm not taking the vaccine." According to this study, you know, there were, 6,000 deaths from this. It does this to your immune system. Here's a study I saw about this. I don't like that. Okay. But it's obvious a lot of these dudes just like, man, you can't tell me what to do. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it. I don't trust that shit. You know, just from a pure, just like uninformed type of deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, y'all really just wanted to just like throw in the towel, like just walk away. I understand on principle. Like if somebody wants you to do something that's against your principles, I completely understand. Like money's not everything. You know what I'm saying? Like compromise your principles to a certain extent. But it's like, is this a principle? Like really? Like y'all take shots from whatever the doctor put in y'all when you twist your ankle on the sideline. You take all these damn
supplements
that get your ass suspended.
And then they send out like the apology on notes, and I take full responsibility.
I had no idea what I was doing. I thought it was legal. I had no idea.
Come on, bro.
Bro.
Keep preaching, bro. Keep preaching, Ryan.
It's crazy. This is crazy to me, man. Like, just go ahead. Like, look, man. Like, y'all do what y'all gotta do, man. But just think about it. Like, really think about this. You know what I'm saying? Think about what you're doing. Now you got coaches, man. Coaches.
Thank you for bringing it up because I almost forgot. Getting let go because they refused to take the vaccine. The run games coordinator for the Vikings. There's another coach for the Patriots. It sounds like in the coming days there may be some more coaches at teams that let go because they refuse to take the vaccine. Bruh, this is wild.
It's wild, man.
Wow. I don't understand. And I remember not that long ago out here when the vaccines became widely available and there was a huge free vaccine at Dodger Stadium and anti-vaxxers literally protested. And there were so many of them making this huge stink about the vaccine that was voluntary that people could not even get the vaccine at Dodger Stadium because they had to close it down. Like it makes my head hurt.
It's like, to me, once it gets to that point, it's beyond. Saying, like, oh, I just want to choose what goes in my body. No, like you moving beyond that point. Once you do all that, like you trying to control other people. You know. It becomes ideological at that point. It's like, look, like I am a sympathetic person. Like, matter of fact, most people, no matter what they say, most people when that shit first dropped was like,
bruh,
I don't know if I'm gonna take that shit.
We talked about it in our text messages. We as African American black men were like, nigga, a vaccine?
That bitch, FDA ain't approved it yet. It's been brushed through. Like, I'm gonna wait and see a little bit.
And when push came to shove, I was like, and here's the thing. This is what I did. I talked to enough medical experts. I read enough studies and reports. I did my own research. And I was like, you know what? And honestly, the biggest factor that made me get the vaccine wasn't all the research I did, wasn't talking to the medical experts. It was like, I don't trust these people around me, bro.
Right.
And what's happening in the NFL is the prime reason why I got vaccinated. That's it, bro. We talked about it earlier in text messages, looking at just the percentages right now with this recent third wave coming back of hospitalizations of people who are in the hospital right now who are unvaccinated compared to vaccinated. The number it's about 98 to 99% people are in the hospital right now are unvaccinated.
The numbers don't lie. They don't lie. The numbers right there telling you in your face.
Hey, bro.
Like, if you are vaccinated, you're not going to the hospital. You're not, statistically. Maybe a small, tiny percentage, but statistically, you're not going to the hospital. Like, why not do that? You know what I'm saying? Unless you have a reason to. Like, understand what's in the vaccine. If it can affect you in another way, and you are one of the small percentage that do have effects of the vaccine, like, okay, but come on now. Like, this ain't even about, like, people say, like, oh, you need to take the vaccine for others. Like, let's just be real. Ain't nobody taking the vaccine to protect other people.
Absolutely not. Like that.
They're just not.
It's not, bro. Like, maybe
like nobody's taking a medication to protect someone else. Like, they're just
maybe I could see it. Like, let me work that back a little bit. If you're a parent, right, and your kids are not of the age where they can get the vaccine, like that's not the overarching reason why you're going to get it, right? But that plays a huge factor into it, right?
They play a huge factor. But I'm just saying, just your normal Joy Spo.
No, they are not. It's not to protect others. It's for themselves.
A 22-year-old college student that's healthy is not about to go in like, oh, let me go get this vaccine to protect other people. You know what I'm saying? That's not how their brain works.
Also, a 22-year-old college person or also more likely to be hospitalized right now if we just, speaking with statistics and numbers, like.
Man, it's crazy.
It's crazy because if you think about, speaking of a 22-year-old person's mindset, when you're 22, you're young, what do you think? You're invincible.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna affect you. Nothing's gonna bother you. You can beat anything. It also sounds like athletes, bro. Like, it aligns. It goes hand in hand.
And the thing is, the athletes y'all have all the access to the resources, bro.
Bro, that's what, like,
doctors. You got doctors. You could, hire
top of their field, bro.
Like, you got motherfuckers that run, like, the departments for epidemiology at colleges that would be happy to talk to you. Like, oh, it's an NFL player. I'll talk to him about it. It's like, come on, man. Like, yo. I mean, but I've already moved on. I'm just like, it is what it is, man.
But here's what I want to know, though. Do you think we're gonna see? Because I know, if you listen to agents right now for representative people who are free agents in the NFL, like, one of the first questions that teams are asking them is not like if they're healthy. They're asking them like, are they vaccinated or not? Mm-hmm. So, which is crazy. But here's a question I'll ask. Do you think we will see cuts from teams of players who are unvaccinated?
No question. I mean, no question. It's a competitive advantage at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, absolutely. But, of course, just like with anything, it's a sliding scale.
Oh, sure is.
Just like with rapes and murders and beatings and domestic abuse and drug use and everything else. I mean, if it's Aaron Donald, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, no vaccine, Aaron Donald, it's all good, bro. Like, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? But if it's, your third string defensive lineman, drafted out of, South Indiana University or whatever, trying to make the team, it's like, bye, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bye. I mean, nobody gonna give a shit about him. You know what I'm saying? You want a Debo, Paulson a Debo. I know he's a third round pick, but man, like, and we kind of need him.
Well, we need him, bro.
Yeah, but we might, Crawley class.
Hashtag put him in a coffin.
Bro, I was laughing. I saw Emmanuel Sanders. He posted a picture of his vaccine card. He just got his. He said, man, I ain't, like, that's a smart dude. This what, 33, 34 years old? You like, shit.
I mean, he also had it, too.
And he had it. You know what I'm saying? You like, fuck that.
And he's a dad. Like, he has kids.
I'm going to get this vaccine. At the very least, I have another year of my career to make money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, man, you got to do some cost-benefit analysis.
You really do, though, bro. You really do. So I want to close this out. Do some just. I texted this to you earlier, right? So, as insane as shit has been for the Saints this offseason, right? And it's been kind of a shit show. Man, at least we are not the Packers. God damn, what is going on in Green Bay?
Yeah, they've been a little chatty lately. Huh?
So we all know about the Aaron Rodgers drama. There's whispers that there are sports bettors who firmly believe, sometimes people in Vegas, they know some shit a little early, that he's going to retire next week, to the point that Mike Florio reported it a couple hours ago. So,
what? I missed that.
Just saying, bro. Like, I know people like to drag Mike through the cold sometimes, but he's just taking what he heard from sports bettors that Aaron Rodgers might retire next week. We don't know, right? Even if he doesn't, right? That whole situation in Green Bay is just a strain. Okay. Then it comes out today that the Packers and star wide receiver, probably as of right now, the best wide receiver in the league, Davante Adams, broke away from contract extension talks. Davante Adams wants to be paid as the highest wide receiver in the league, and they're using the new contract as like a basis to jump off from. The Packers don't even want to acknowledge that new contract, so they just icy waters, not talking, right? No extension. And then earlier, yesterday, fucking you had CD Deuce like fantasy tweeting like Xavier Howard and secondary, blah, 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 and all the Saints fans stuff that, whatever. So the question I asked you earlier was, this is complete fantasy, and let me just preface by saying this, with the whole thing about the Xavier Howard reports, I think Jeff Duncan had said that if he was available, he would think that the Saints would be in Xavier Hart, like the market for him. As a person who has come down so strongly against any athlete who partakes in domestic violence, starting with the piece of shit in Kansas City, number 10, like, I think people really quickly forgot that, like, Xavier Howard not that long ago had, like, some very, like, not good domestic violence charges against him that were dropped, and he just kind of just magically just went away and disappeared. So as a person, in terms of my moral standpoint, I would not want the Saints to trade for him. Like, that's my moral, personal opinion. However, for the sake of this exercise, of those three players, Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, Xavier Howard, if somehow the Saints could make a trade for either one of them, which player would you think it should be?
A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, all day. I don't care about the cost. The cost would be enormous.
Oh,
I don't care.
Huge.
I don't care what it is. I don't care. Like, the dude is 37 coming off MVP season.
Shit, is he 37?
37. He ain't got long. He ain't got long, bro. So you make that trade, you buy him maybe 2 years. Look, I mean, we've seen Tom Brady. Maybe he can be like a Tom Brady and pay like another 5 to 6 years. I don't know. I'd make the trade just for 2 years. Like, just for 2 years, I'd make the trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a quarterback league, bro. Like, we just see it, man. Like, it's and like, man, with Sean Payton in the dome, I would love to see that. Like, he's an asshole. Like, he's not somebody I would like to have a beer with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a shit about none of that shit. Like, that would be fun. That would be fun football. So I would immediately make that move. Will it happen? I doubt it. Strongly doubt it, honestly. Like, I just don't see it happening. But man, I don't know. That old Green Bay shit is weird, bro. Like,
weird, bro. It's
like, what's going on here? It's like, I don't know if it's all driven by, like, even Greg Rosenthal. Listen to him. He's like, he's trying to figure out what's the source of these stories. Where's it all coming from? You know,
loose lips, bro. Loose lips.
Interesting.
What? I mean, the smart football answer would be Aaron Rodgers. Now, they trade for Aaron Rodgers, and could you imagine him going from Davante Adams to throwing to Marquez Callaway?
Would Aaron Rodgers even want it? Like,
nah. I think it would be different if Mike Thomas wasn't going to be missing 5 games. Then I think it'd be like, oh, okay. But like with these wide receivers, I don't know. Also, can we stop? Can we just chill out on the Adam Troutman breakout season stuff? Like, soon as the Mike Thomas thing got announced today, I don't have to break out.
Like, come on now, stop.
Let's relax, take a little easy. So the smart football answer, my answer would be Aaron Rodgers as well. My follow-up question to you would be, which player is the most realistic option?
Out of A-Rod, Xavier Howard, and Adams? Realistic, I'd say Howard.
Yeah, I would agree.
But even though we need a cornerback, which we do need, I don't know if I'll push for. It's hard to say you push for Adams because you're pretty much getting Mike Thomas. You're replacing Mike Thomas with Devontae Adams.
Would you be like? I mean,
they're different. They're different, but it's like.
If they were trading for Devontae Adams, it would, from my perspective, you would be doing that, adding him with Mike Thomas, not trading him in return.
Maybe for this year, but I just say financially. I mean, obviously you'd have to pay Adams, and he'd be equally to what Mike Thomas is playing. So
yeah, you would have at most a 2-year window. Well, I mean, with Mike Thomas being hurt, you would have a 2-year window with both before.
Right.
Yes.
That's why I say that's why I go with Xavier Howard, because if you have any iffy feelings on Lattimore, it's like, okay, maybe I could replace Lattimore's contract without pay him with Xavier Howard. But is that kind of a lateral move too? Because it's like they both had kind of up and down careers. Both have off the field issues.
Both have injury histories.
Like, I mean, if you want to argue about who's better or worse, that's fine. But it's like, is it kind of a lateral move? I don't know. So that's the only one that would really make me jump in the air would be Aaron Rodgers. The other ones would be like, I'd be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay.
Aaron Rodgers would make you do the DJ Khaled meme, video meme.
Bro, I would be in this motherfucker. They bring me back, man. I'll be like,
would that bring me all the way back? It would bring me all the way back?
Bring me all the way back, man. I'd be like, oh, shit.
Would if they traded for Russell Wilson next offseason, would you be all the way back?
No.
Interesting.
I love Russell Wilson, but I just
you wouldn't be all the way back with Russ?
More sadness to me. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm not. It sounds like more heartbreak. I'd be chilling. Oh wait.
Give me last one I got for you. We'll get out of here. What is your confidence level that if the Saints play against Jordan Love in Week 1, that the Saints will win?
I say out of 1 to 10, 10 being great confidence, 1 being the lowest.
Yes.
About at a 2.
Yes. Absolutely.
Come on, man. Just mark 0-1 now. You know what I'm saying?
Put on the calendar. We talked about this after the David Onyemata episode. Now, our predictions we made when that schedule came out.
We're looking a little lofty now, bro.
Bruh, you asked would the David Onyemata suspension, take away 1 or knock it down 1 or 2 losses. And I was like, yeah. Now you gonna miss Mike Thomas for 5 games, maybe more?
I mean no, seriously though, how many games would you? Because we saw a whole season without him, pretty much a whole season without him last year, and how many games did they win last year? 11, 12.
So the big difference, and I saw this on Twitter. It was mentioned on Twitter, but the big difference is 1. You don't have Emmanuel Sanders coming in to replace Mike Thomas. And I know, sometimes Emmanuel Sanders, disappeared at some stretches last season. But there were some games where he was, looking really good when Mike Thomas was out. So I don't think that can be undersold. 2, so you don't have that coming off the bench, or, you don't have that shift over to, okay, Emmanuel Sanders can be a pseudo number 1 and everyone just kind of, just slides over. Bro, you don't have that. You got Traquan Smith, wide receiver 1, going against Jair Alexander of Week 1, bro.
Yeah. For multiple, but in multiple weeks, not just 1 week 1. It's week after week.
He going against number 1s. Good luck. Then when we flip over to the defensive side of the ball, there's just been so much loss on depth, talent, suspensions, a lot more likely to get suspended. They're going to be playing more, likely either a rookie next to Demario Davis or a second-year linebacker who thrived in college as an edge rusher at linebacker. Like, there's so much loss on you can't expect this defense to be as good as it was last season. You can't. It's not going to be. It's just not.
Can't, man. Can't. Unless unless Paulson Debo is like Richard Sherman, just hiding in the wings.
Man, I would be even happy with like a Tracy Porter, like Indiana season, bro. Like this rookie just came out and just looked like he belonged, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about all this. We didn't even bring up the potential Quan Alexander reunion, bro. Like, they got so pushed down, but they brought him in for a visit.
Like, who gives a shit about that? Like,
right?
But it was hilarious.
Also, why did he bring Quan in for a visit? Maybe for a physical, but I was like, he was on the team last season. Like, why does he need to come in?
I mean, I guess just get
unless they want to poke in pride and see where his Achilles is, and that makes sense.
Yeah. But it is funny. But Zach Bond's going to be the world linebacker, Adam. Like, that's what they told me. Zach Bond is the weak side linebacker.
To quote the Around the NFL podcast, I wish you weren't a liar, bro.
I wish you weren't a liar.
There's one more thing I was gonna hit on right before we got off. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone, bro. It's gone, bro. It was good. It was good. We're talking about Quan, and then it just I know it was came back. You know what was the most thing that incensed me when the whole Mike Thomas news got announced, bro, is seeing Ian Rappaport saying, with this injury, the Saints are looking at veteran free agent options. Incensed, Ryan. We could have had T. We could have had Michael Pittman Jr., Elijah Moore. Like, the list is long, bro.
See what Larry Fitzgerald, see what he looking like, bro. All the favors.
You don't have to call up Alshon Jeffrey.
Go Alshon.
It's the dark days ahead, bro. Saints fans better be ready, bro.
I feel bad for Jameis, bro.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Like, Jameis, man, like which is crazy though, but think about it. Like, he's going from Tampa Bay to New Orleans, and he's going to a worse offense.
Woo.
That's sad, bro.
Woo.
That's sad, man. Like, you would think, he's upgraded. No, he's going to a worse offense.
It's a clear downgrade.
Hmm? The only upgrade you can see is running back. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And that's pretty much my whole season. Like, I'm watching the Saints this season to watch Alvin Kamara. That's it.
Appreciate greatness. That's it.
I just want to watch Alvin Kamara, and I want him to stay healthy and just put up crazy stats. I don't even care about
numbers, bro.
His MVP number, I just want him to go off, win Offensive Player of the Year. It just have a blast. That's all I care about.
Can't wait. All right, that's it. Emergency podcast episode in the books. We will probably be back next week. We're being real, bro.
I'm telling you, another emergency.
Oh, that's what I meant. I didn't mean like a regular scheduled one. It's gonna be.
Training camp about to start though. A couple of weeks.
It is, bro. Next week.
We talk about Joanna Jackson, whatever his name is, catching passes.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's gonna be so annoying, bro. Like, every time Adam Troutman makes like a catch in training camp, a fantasy football person.
I think I have one video, just one clip.
Oh God! I'm so
Jerking Chauncey going to Jackson out of the shoes or some shit. But I will say, Chauncey Gardner Johnson, he called Juwan Johnson mini Megatron yesterday on Twitter. So I don't know. Hey, maybe he's seeing something. Hey, I don't know.
You don't know, bro. All right, that's it. We're gonna get out of here. Wrap things up for you. Gave you all the juice, our opinions, our insight on what's happening on airline, because there's always something happening on an airline. With that, we're going to get out. We'll be back next week. Hopefully not with a Emergency Podcast episode. If it is an Emergency Podcast episode, hopefully it's a good news Emergency Podcast episode. Not likely. Not likely. With that, we're out.
Peace.
At Highland, we're all about celebrating little wins and little ways to innovate digital processes. There's no customer pain point too small for us to help with. Maybe that's why more than half of the Fortune 100 looks to Highland to connect their content and data, improve processes, and turn little efficiencies into big wins for their customers and clients. Highland, intelligent content solutions for innovators everywhere at highland.com.
Hey y'all, Darius Rucker here. You know, a lot of people ask me, what inspires your music? And one of the big things is a strong sense of place. That's why I love my home state of South Carolina and want to share the awesome things it has to offer. From the beautiful mountains down to the sunny coast, it's got it all. Not to mention two of my personal favorites, great golf and amazing food. Come see why I love this place. Visit discoversouthcarolina.com.